Good morning, my dear students, and welcome back to my class. This is Shivani from St. Thomas. Students, this video is for class 7th. We were doing the story, The Meeting Pool, and today we will continue that story. Students, in my previous video, I have explained half portion of this story. I have also given you few information about the writer of this story, Ruskin Bond. So let's have a quick revision of the previous video and then we will start today's session. So Ruskin Bond was born on 1934. Okay, first thing. Second, he has written more than 300 stories only for children. Third thing, he got Padma Bhushan in 2014. Okay, so students, I have told you that in this story is for children. Okay, the narrator of this story is Rusty. This story is about three friends and their promise. Okay, in their childhood they made a promise that they will meet after 10 years at the same place. So today we will do the half portion of this story, but before that let's discuss the question answers that I have given you as homework in the previous video. So, what was my first question? Who is the author of this story? Which story? The Meeting Pool. So, the answer is yes, Ruskin Bond is the author of this story. I hope students, you all have completed the homework and you can match your answers, and if you have not written, then you must write it right now. But make sure that you complete the homework. Who is the narrator of the story? Who is the narrator of the story? Rusty is the narrator of story. Next, describe the character of Anil and Somi. So what were the name? Before we discuss this question, just tell me what were the name of his friends? Rusty and Anil and Somi. Okay, so the character of Anil. Anil was wild, moody and impulsive, but he had a certain charm. Okay, and what about Somi? Somi was gentle in his ways. Okay, and he had a sense of fun. So next question, who discovered the pool? Who discovered the pool? The one who is the narrator of the story, Rusty. Okay, Rusty is the narrator of the story and Rusty is the one who discovered the pool. Okay, so this was it. Let's continue our story and hopefully we will complete it today. And students, if you still have any kind of confusion, you can ask me in the comment section. So we were on this paragraph. Okay, let me just read out the paragraph for you and then I will explain you also. Other activities at the pool included wrestling and buffalo rides. We wrestled on the strip of sand that came down to the edge of the water and rode on a couple of buffaloes that sometimes came to drink and wallow in the more muddy parts of the stream. We would sit on the buffaloes and kick and yell and urge them forward, but we were never able to move them. At best, they would roll over on their backs, taking us with them into the soft mud. So here our narrator Rusty is telling us about the other activities that they used to do at the pool. Earlier I have told you that one day they were trying to fetch the fish from that pool, and what happened with that incident that we have already discussed. Now he here is telling us about the other activities, other skills which they used to do at the pool, which included wrestling. What is wrestling? Wrestling is actually a sport, okay, of hand-to-hand struggle between two contestants. You must have seen it on TV also and in the village also. Okay, and buffalo rides. Buffalo rides means they used to ride the buffalo. We wrestled on a strip of sand that came to the edge of the water. Edge, what is edge? Edge is basically the corner, the boundary of any surface. The boundary of any surface is known as edge. Okay, so they used to wrestle. Okay, they used to do the wrestling on the sand that was on the edge of the pool. And they also used to ride a couple of buffaloes. You know, those buffaloes came to the pool to drink the water. Okay, and they used to ride on that buffaloes. What is the meaning of wallow? It's here WALLOW. Wallow means to lie or to roll into the mud. Okay, so it was their kind of game. It was their time of fun. When the buffaloes came to drink that water, they used to, ride on that buffalo. We would sit on the buffaloes and kick and yell and urge them forward. Okay, so whenever the buffaloes used to came there, they used to force, they used to press, they used to kick, and they used to shout loud at the buffaloes. But they were never able to move them. And it's very obvious thing, we cannot move the buffaloes as they are very heavy from us. At best, they would roll over on their backs, taking us with them to the soft mud. So finally, what did the buffalo do? Buffaloes used to take these children with them into the muddy part. It didn't really matter how muddy we got, because we had only to dive into the pool to wash off the mess. So students, here you can see the children were very careless. They did not care about how muddy they got. They did not care about the sand on their clothes, because ultimately they have to go into the water again. Ultimately they will jump into the water, and once they will get into the water, they will be clean. So it was their kind of fun. Okay, it was their game. If it was possible to get out of our houses undetected at night, undetected means nobody would get to know. That is undetected. Undiscovered, you can also say. If it was possible to get out of our houses undetected at night, we would come to the pool and bathe by moonlit light. So whenever they got the chance to escape from the house at night, they used to come out and they used to go and they used to bath in that pool in the moonlight. An impassive owl occasionally watched us from the branch of a big sal tree. Impassive means who doesn't show any emotion. Okay, means that owl was only there to watch them. He did not show any expression, any emotion. Okay, and there is also a word sal tree. Sal tree is a tree that is found in the East India. Okay, that is a timber tree which is found in the East India. So an impassive owl occasionally watched us from the branch of a big sal tree. Sometimes Somi would sing in a deep, pleasant voice, and we would float Magnolia blossom down the moonlit stream. And sometimes Somi would sing the very beautiful song, and they would just feel like they are flowing, they are floating in the Magnolia blossom down the moonlit stream. Magnolia is a tree, okay, and blossom means to bloom. So they felt that atmosphere, that whole environment got so pleasant that they used to feel like they are flowing in the moonlit stream. Everything looks so beautiful there. I don't remember how we finally broke up. It was hardly noticeable at the time. So here Rusty is saying that they were so close friends and they used to have so much fun that he hardly remember when they broke up, when they finally get separated. In spite of our pledge to return to the pool as grown men, we never really believed that we would go different ways, that we would be leaving the pool. So they took a pledge that they will meet after 10 years at the same pool. But actually they never realized, they never felt that way, that one day they will, everyone will get separated from each other. They never believed it. After about a year, Somi passed his matriculation exam and entered a military school. When I saw him about 3 years ago, he had a fierce and very military mustache. So he is just continuing his life journey, and he is telling us that about after 1 year what happened. Somi passed his school and he entered in a military school. He passed his 10th examination, that is matriculation exam, and then he went to military school. He says that about 3 years ago he saw again Somi. It was the last time when he saw Somi. It was 3 years ago, and he had a very violent, very big military kind of mustache. Shortly after Somi left the school, Anil and his family went away to Delhi, and I did not see them again. So, you see, we sometimes feel that this would never happen. We do not realize with the course of time that this can also be happen. But with the course of time, everything changes. So, soon after Somi left, Anil and his family also went away to Delhi. They shifted to Delhi, and Rusty did not see them again. I could not imagine Anil in any conventional occupation. Now, conventional means following any special custom job. Okay, any job that is very fixed job, like 9 to 5 office job or 5 to 5 school job. These kind of jobs are known as conventional. Why he said that I could not imagine Anil in any unconventional job? Because Anil was very moody, he was very impulsive. So an impulsive man and moody man cannot adjust himself into conventional occupation. Occupation means job. He was so unpredictable, and yet sometimes I wonder. Now he told you the reason also, that he could not imagine Anil in any conventional occupation because Anil was very unpredictable and very moody. And yet sometimes I wondered, those who are rather wild when they are young often grow up to be sober adults. Sober means simple. Okay? Sober means simple. While the quite reserved ones turn out to be rebels. Means he is saying that sometimes I get surprised that the students, the children who are very sober and simple kind of people in their childhood, they often become very rebellious kind of person in adulthood. And same goes to the people who are different. The children who are very wild and very rebellious in their childhood often turns out into a very sober and simple person when they grow up. And what of the pool and our pledge to come back after 10 years? And now he thinks about that. He is thinking about that pledge that they had taken. In April, one happened by chance to be in the same part of country. And I decided that at least I would keep my part of pledge. Okay. So what happened with him? It was 1st April, and it was the time of April, and what happened? By chance he was in the same part of country where that pool was. So he decided that at least he would keep his promise, he would keep his word. But I could not find the pool, and he also went there to fulfill his promise. Finally the time came. After 10 years, finally the time came when they had to meet at the pool. He went there, but he could not find the pool. I found the ravine and the bed of shingle. Ravine is valley. I have told you it in the starting itself. And shingle is the big stones on the beach. Okay, I found the ravine and a bed of shingle, but there was no water. So he found the ravine, he found the bed of shingle, but he could not see the water there. The stream had changed its course. Course means way, W-A-Y. Its course is not the syllabus which is in your course. Okay, this is not that course, this is the course means way. Just we had changed ours. So he said that maybe the water had changed its way just like we people have changed our way. I waited in the ravine for 2-3 hours, but no one came. It was actually a little bit stupid of him to wait there, but still he waited there for 2 to 3 hours, but no one came. What do you think? Why he was waiting there? Obviously, he was waiting there for his friends. He thought that maybe my friends would come here, but nobody came. I suppose it was foolish of me to expect anyone. He himself is admitting here that it was foolish of him to expect anyone. Somi must have been with his unit. Unit means, this unit means army. Okay, army. Anil occupied with the business of living. Probably they both had families. Now he's, bit disappointed. He says that Somi must be busy with his units and Anil must be busy with his business, and probably means approximately it's possible that they both had families now. I was the only one who had not really grown up. I was the only one who had really not grown up. What does it mean? It means that he thought that everybody is busy in their life. Everybody is moving forward in their life. Only he was the one who did not really grow up. He was still indulged into those childhood memories. I turned away disappointed and with a dull edge in my heart. Edge means pain. Okay, dull edge means faded pain. I turned away disappointed. He felt very disappointed and he had a faded pain in his heart. Friends and daydreams and even forest pool must succumb to the inexorable, deceitful journey of time. Students, succumb means surrender and inexorable means that can't be changed. Okay, unchanged. So basically he is saying that friends, daydreams, forest pool and everything, things surrender themselves with the journey of time, with the course of time, with the moving time. Everybody just surrenders themselves to the time, no matter what we want, but it's the demand of life that what we do. But I hadn't gone far when I heard the splashing of water and shouting of boys. So he was still there, okay, and he had just taken few steps when he heard the splashing of water. Splashing of water means throwing of water at each other, the sound of that water, splashing of water and the shouting of boys, and pushing my way through a thicket. Thicket is a group of small and big bushes and trees. I found another stream and another pool and a half a dozen boys splashing about in the water. So it was not very long. He just took few steps and he saw that there was another pool and about a dozen of boys were playing in that water. They were throwing water at each other. They did not see me. I kept in the shadow of the tree and watched them play. The boys did not see Rusty. He kept in the shadow of the tree. He was hiding himself under a tree and he just watched them playing. But I did not really see them. I was seeing Somi and Alin and comfort-loving buffaloes. I stood there for nearly an hour, a disembodied spirit romping again in the shallows or our secret pool. Disembodied means something which is lost, separated from the body. Means his body was there, but his spirit, it was only his body there. His spirit was somewhere else. His soul was somewhere else. So when he saw those boys, he just couldn't see those boys. He was watching him in those boys. He was watching Somi and Anil and those comfort loving buffaloes. He was very lost in the memories of his childhood. He stood there for an hour. He just saw everything. He just saw those memories. He was so mesmerized by those memories. So this was it about the story. Again, the same homework. You have to write this whole story in your own words as a summary. So we will meet up again in the next session. Till then, take care, stay safe.